We are excited to share with you that Pomona Valley Hospital Medical Center and Foundation have committed the funds necessary to purchase 4 new 3D breast imaging machines called Tomosynthesis. We are the only hospital in Southern California to provide 3D technology to every patient, every time.
My mother passed away from breast cancer when she was only 50. And so my first mammogram was at 30. So I faithfully had a mammogram, never missed. In 2005, went in for that mammogram, and that was the day when the radiologist said, "I think we see something," and he said, "I think it could be cancer." So they took some additional radiography, and I heard from my surgeon, and she had to make the call, "You have cancer."
I guess we had the misfortune or the fortune to have my wife be diagnosed with breast cancer. And during the detection of the cancer, she had to go through several biopsies, and seeing the misery that she had to go through, I asked our professionals, is that the best we can do? And that's when they came forward with the idea of the tomosynthesis 3D mammography.
What's so valuable about breast tomosynthesis as compared with traditional 2D mammography is that it gets around the 2 main problems that we have with projection 2D mammography, that is the mask and the mimic.
Mammography is not perfect. There's maybe only an 80% sensitivity depending on the breast type.
Breast is a 3D structure. Digital mammography is projecting 3D structure into a 2D image. So there is tremendous amount of overlapping and superimposition. Therefore, there is the possibility of small lesions getting obscured by overlapping soft tissue.
The mimics represent our main source of callbacks. That is, a lady will come in, have a 2D mammogram that appears to be abnormal, but in fact it's not. There's lesions being mimicked by 2 lesions that are in separate locations on the breast that are unimportant, that come together, coalesce, and give the illusion of being a single important lesion.
You don't want to have to go home and wonder, did they see everything they needed to see? And with 3D imaging and tomosynthesis, you have confidence in knowing that this is the latest technology and the best care that you can receive, and let you know and let you be comfortable that you have healthy breasts.
It's similar to CT in that it takes pictures in the arc over a woman's breast. It takes a set of images over a range of plus-minus degrees, and then through a very complicated, sophisticated mathematical equation, it back projects into a series of reconstructions.
If we wait until tumors are progressed to 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, or 3 centimeters, these then become tumors that are more likely to have metastasized, to have spread, and actually lead to a woman's death. If we can detect these tiny cancers that have been hiding behind other lesions in 2D mammograms and can bring them out and see them earlier in 3D mammograms, we've therefore added years to this lady's life and substantially reduced the suffering that she'll have to go through, and have reduced the amount of disfiguring surgery, radiotherapy, and chemotherapy that she'd be possibly subject to.
We looked at other institutions in the region and nationally that have adopted this technology, and it was interesting that many of the institutions that have multiple units decided that they would not make an investment and replace every one of them, and for obvious economic reasons. We did not agree with that. We believe that every time we do a mammography, every patient deserves this technology, and so we made the decision early on that we were going to replace every one of our machines with the 3D mammography.
And we estimate that in our population over the course of a year, we'll detect an additional 130 cancers throughout our service population based on the 4 tomosynthesis machines that we'll be using, and therefore we believe reduce their mortality and morbidity from breast cancer. That's our ultimate goal.
We are a designated center of breast health excellence, and our goal is always to provide state-of-the-art care, and this is the best care that will be available in the area, in the whole region.
In the case of my wife, I think if this technology would have been available earlier on, I think she would have even had less of a procedure.
It's important that all women have access to tomosynthesis.
There's no question 3D tomosynthesis is much superior than the traditional 2D digital mammography.
I would certainly recommend to my own wife and the women in my family to have 3D mammography.
I'm doing everything as a patient that I should be doing. I don't want to hear bad news down the road. So the more thorough the mammogram can be, the more peace of mind as a patient I can have.
The total cost of the technology for Pomona Valley Hospital is $1.8 million. That's for the 4 units, each unit about $450,000 each. We've already have funded half of that through individual donors and community foundations to support this. And we're encouraging any others who wish to step up to be part of that.
Knowing that I can get the best technology and the best care in the whole country in my own center relieves my mind and helps me know that when I come in within the next month to get my mammogram, that it will be the best.
This isn't just for Pomona Valley Hospital, this is truly for the community. And I think this is a great opportunity for others to step up, to be part of it. It is important to be part of this project.
Since the hospital's founding in 1903, the philanthropic support provided by generations of visionary donors and leaders has funded a variety of significant projects and programs. These include the Robert and Beverly Lewis Family Cancer Care Center and the Stead Heart and Vascular Center. Please join us in our mission to save lives. Your gift matters now more than ever before. We rely on the generosity of donors to continue providing the highest quality health care to our community.